All right, today we're going to talk about population density. And in order to talk about that, I'm first going to just remind you that density, if you remember back in science class, is your mass divided by your volume. So when we talk about population density, we're talking about we take the population and then divide it by either the area or volume, depending on the scenario. So let's just jump right to it. We've got Gahanna right here, has a population of 34,051 people and an area of 12.4 square miles. So to find that population density, we'll take the population, so the number of people, divide it by the area of Gahanna, and then we'll find the approximate answer to that, which is 2,746.05. Now, since we're talking about density, population density is allowed to have decimals. So that's just so it's more exact, but you do need to make sure you put your units in, so it should be people per square mile. When I say more exact, they like to have decimals. You'll actually often see it if you look up like the density, population density of New York City and whatnot. They'll put the decimals in so that you can actually use that population density and find a more accurate population by going backwards. All right, so Springville, Utah, we're doing a comparison now. So Springville, Utah has a population of 31,205 people, and they live on 14.44 square miles. So we want to know how many fewer people live on a square mile in Springville. So let's go ahead and find the density for Springville, same way. So we'll just divide those. So the number of people divided by the square miles, and you get 2,161.01 people per square mile. And if you recall, Gahanna's was 2,746.05 people per square mile. So in order to find how many fewer people live on a square mile in Springville versus Gahanna, we would just go ahead and subtract the two. And you get 585.04 fewer people per square mile. So about 585 people per square mile less. All right, let's kick it up a gear because this is getting too easy. So this time we've got our town. We still have the population, but they didn't tell us the area. So we have to find the area of the town. We've got this nice shape down here though. So I'm going to break it up into different shapes. So I'm going to take this triangle and find the area of that triangle right here. Area of a triangle is a half times the base, which the base in this case is 4, times our height, which is 1. And then I'm going to go ahead and add that to the area of the trapezoid. And if you recall, to find the area of a trapezoid, you do a half multiplied by the base, the two bases added together. So we've got 2.5 plus 4. And then we're going to multiply that by the height, which in this case, if this was 1 mile, which this is not drawn to scale clearly, that means the remaining would be 3 minus 1, which is 2 miles. So the height would be 2 miles. So we're going to go ahead and add those together. And when you simplify and you add, you get approximately 8.5 square miles. So then we can find our density by taking the population, so 19,458 people, divide it by the number of square miles, and you get 2,289.18 people per square mile.